All right, bro. So first off, I gotta let you know, just by watching this, that you yourself, you are aware of a certain power that you have. Now, all men have this power, but most do not use this power anymore. But you, either consciously or subconsciously, you are now using this power. And what is that? It's the power to improve yourself, man. It's the power to improve yourself, the power to understand that you can always get better. And that is so, so important. So congratulations to you for that. Now let's get into the video. How to date successfully in 2025, man. Now, for this, I really want to give y'all some actionable steps, some things that y'all can do to improve your success rate when it comes to getting women going to the end of this year and going into 2025. And if the first thing we have to do, we have to talk about ourselves. I already said we understand that we need to improve ourselves. That's the first step with anything if you want to get better at anything. And the next is for us to be able to set our intentions. Setting your intentions is very important when it comes to dating, because you can't be the type of guy that's saying, okay, I want a wife, I want a good woman, I want a Proverbs 31 woman, but you are putting out energy to the world like you trying to knock anything down, if you know what I'm saying. You can't be putting out energy like you trying to be a player, like you trying to be a pimp, like you want a roster of women and still saying, okay, I want a good woman and I want a wife. Not to say a man can't have multiple women, because I somewhat believe that monogamous is a choice and polygamy is more natural. But when I talk about polygamy, I'm talking about having multiple good women, having multiple wives, not just, okay, you just slinging recklessly, you just slinging D recklessly out here. So once we got our intentions set, you set your intentions. I hope you set your intentions in this video mentally, and throughout your day, you start to put out energy that, okay, I want to be a good husband and I want a good woman in my life. If you don't want that, if you want a roster, then put that type of energy out. You feel me? The first thing I need you guys to understand is women are people. As men, we grew up looking at them as objects. I know I did. I know the culture. I know the people around me. Everything in life told me that I need to be having sex with as many women as possible. And now at this age, I'm gonna be 28 in 2 days. I understand that that's not how things are supposed to be. It's actually bad for me. It actually held me back in life. All it did was give me cool points with other guys throughout like high school and college and stuff like that. But after that, nobody cares how many women that you're knocking down, truthfully. So when I say women are people, that means I want you to go out into the world and interact with women and get your experience points up as if they're just people. Okay, if you see something you like in the store, what do you usually do? You kind of say what you like about it, and if you can't afford it, you kind of move on. So I want you to go out into the world and literally interact with women as if they're regular people. Don't hold them up on this pedestal as something that you need to be nervous about. No matter how pretty she is, at the end of the day, she's just a woman. There's not too much different between one woman and the next woman, whether she's from this place or she's from that place, or she's rich and she's poor. It's not going to be too much different. So if it's a good looking woman, you like how her eyes look, you like her dress or whatever, go ahead and compliment them. And you don't necessarily need to be trying to get with every beautiful woman you see. Sometimes it's just good to build certain relationships and have a certain rapport, whether it's like, okay, you go to the same coffee shop every day and you like how the girl looks there, and you might want to date her, you might not. But you go in there, sometimes you compliment her and y'all have a little chat, and just you being able to get that energy from her is going to help you when it comes to other women. Because if another woman in the line in the coffee shop, she sees you being a confident, strong man, able to talk to a beautiful woman, she might become interested in that. Women do not want men that other women don't want. So social proof is a very big thing. That's why you see a lot of these guys, the influencers, they always like taking pictures with beautiful women, because they know that's just going to get them more women. It's going to lead them to more opportunities in life in general. Because if you see a guy with a lot of women, you're probably going to want to be around that guy. You're probably going to want to do business with that guy. You probably think, okay, this guy, he's doing something right. And it's important when you're having these conversations with women, especially if it's someone you are potentially looking to date or be with. You got to maintain your mysteriousness, man. You have to maintain your mysteriousness. Not to say you don't tell her anything, but tell a woman as little as possible. You want her to be talking about herself more. You want her to be feeling comfortable, feeling like you're not judging her, so she can kind of like give you all the whole facts. Because the whole facts are very important. You're going to want to know the history of a woman that you are currently pursuing or trying to vet. Not even pursuing, you're trying to vet her. You're trying to see if she is right for you. So you don't need to tell her too much about yourself. Women kind of usually don't like that. If a guy meets a girl, he starts telling her, "Oh, I work here. I do this. I do it. Oh, my favorite thing is this." Like you're talking too much. You're giving too much away. More so, focus on her. Focus on being funny, making jokes, making her laugh, pressing all her buttons. You know, getting her to tell you that sad story that about the thing that happened to her earlier in life. Those things, you want a girl to be feeling as many emotions as possible when she's having a conversation with you. Now let's talk about social media, man. Like I used to be a big advocate for only really meeting women in person and not really on social media. I've never had a successful long-term relationship that started off social media. Usually the social media relationships that I've seen from other people, it usually ends in that kind of baby daddy, baby mama aspect. But I believe that you can find a good relationship on social media. It just has to happen naturally and organically. You can't be DMing Instagram models or girls that you like because they're shaking their butts and stuff like that. It got to be more so like if you're finding a girl on social media, you want her to be. If you're finding a girl on social media, you want to be her to be like the type of girl that's not really on there much, not really posting much, or if she does, it's like a business page or something like that. You don't want it just a girl, oh, bikini pic, oh, this pic, oh, I'm twerking to this new trendy song now here and stuff like that. Like, I feel like social media is, I feel like social media is now here to really help us find which girls are not dateable rather than trying to find a girl to date on social media. So it can be useful, but just know that people can portray themselves to be anything on social media. So it's always going to be better meeting them in person. Now, approaching women in person. Now, hopefully, you built up your confidence through getting experience and understanding that women are not objects, they're just people, and you can talk to them just as you talk to any other guy in the world, you know. Not in the same manner, of course, but you get what I'm saying. You can they're people. You just talk to them, you know, they laugh, they eat, they pee, they poop, they do all that stuff. So approaching a woman, it's important to keep good eye contact, not like crazy OD eye contact, but keep good eye contact. You want her to be looking away before you look away type of eye contact. So she understands that you're in that dominant position. You know, your confidence, it needs to be to a point where you don't care about the outcome if she says yes or no, because you know all she can do is say yes or no. So it doesn't really matter. And there's millions and billions of women in the world. So if this one says no, that just made it easier for you because now you're in a space where, okay, you know, already you knocked her off the list, so it's on to the next type of vibes. And that having that type of energy about yourself where you're not getting down or feeling insecure about whatever, like you're gonna be doing a lot better when it comes to dating because eventually you're gonna get some yeses and you're gonna get some women that do want to go out and date with you. Now I cannot stress this enough. Do not do a bunch of texting back and forth, a bunch of calling back and forth, all that stuff. No. You need to ask for a date as soon as possible if you like this girl. If you meet her in person, you need to be like, boom, y'all have a little conversation, like, oh, you trying to go grab a coffee or what you doing later? Or you trying to go out to eat, trying to do this? You need to be trying to go on a date as soon as possible so you can find out if she's interested in you. Now, there's a lot of guys in this world, like they're literally under a woman's spell, just waiting and waiting and waiting for their chance, and even to the point where they'll become the best friend and all that stuff, just so they can be waiting in a certain position for a chance that she might give them a little slither of pussy. And you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy that's in on a girl's roster and a backup guy for a girl and stuff like that. You don't want to be that guy. That's why I say ask for a date as soon as possible so you can move on if she's not into you. You don't need to be trying to make a girl be into you. If she's not into you off that first conversation, it's going to be very hard for her to become into you and interested in you. It's like the more she sees you, the probably less likely she's gonna be interested in you anyway. So go ahead, get that out the way. Now, this last section, we're gonna talk about LMS, man, your looks, your money, and your status. Don't be like these guys out here making videos mad because women want things and have standards. You want things and you have standards too. So women, they can do the same thing. And women, especially when it comes to money, because money is nothing but resources. Women throughout history have always required resources. Now, there's two different types of women. There's the woman that's just going to drain you of your resources and go, and there's the ones that will help you grow your resources and stuff like that. So you need to be getting the type of woman that's beneficial and she's reciprocating that energy. But your money, at some point, it is going to matter. And like I said, it's because women need resources, families, they need resources. You need resources yourself. So if you're gonna be with someone, just make sure it's somebody that helps you multiply your resources and not just drain them away. So those are very important things to distinguish when it comes to your money. You need to find the one that's trying to help you build and not the one that just wants to take away, not the leech. You don't want that type of woman. You want a woman that's actually a hard worker, for real, for real. Now let's go to status. We started off with money. Let's go to status, man. Your status status can beat everything else on the list just by a woman already knowing who you are, or her just being able to tell that you're somewhat of an important person. How do we build up our status, man? How do we build up our status? We're going to build up our status by accomplishing things. We got to go out in the world. We got to work hard. We got to accomplish things. Now, status can be different depending on the type of woman, because some women, they would just see it as, oh, how many followers does he have? But some women will see like practical accomplishments, like, oh, this guy's an athlete, or like, oh, this guy, he's built houses, or this guy, he's helping the community. He's a prominent factor in the figure in the community and stuff like that. So different type of woman like different type of status, and that's just what it is. You want to find the ones that like you for actually doing things that help people and doing things that are positive, doing things that inspire others and things like that. You want women that like guys that have that type of status. Now we're gonna get to looks, man. Your looks, they're very important, man. They are important. They're gonna be the first thing you see. And it's important for you to be real. Like, don't be insecure about your looks, but be real with yourself about your looks so you can improve them in the best way. So like say, boom, we can come at me. We don't even gotta talk about y'all. We can come at me. Okay, I got somewhat of a big forehead, right? So that means I have to grow my hair and style my hair in a certain type of way to make it look as best as possible. Now, some features, I got a very Afrocentric nose and stuff like that. I got big lips. Some girls like that, some girls don't. It just kind of is what it is. Now, anything dealing with your face and your head can be kind of counterbalanced with your body. So you need to work out a lot. You need to get in the best physique possible, because that's definitely going to help you. And also how you dress, man. How you dress, like we all know that if you're the type of guy you watching this video, you probably don't judge people off how they look. But we understand that society, people, women in general, especially in the West, they're gonna be judging you by how you look and how you dress. And you don't need the most expensive stuff. You just need clean clothes and you need fitted clothes, stuff that fits you well. If your stuff fits you well, it doesn't matter the brands, it doesn't matter how much you spend on it. Don't need a bunch of extra accessories and stuff like that. You just need your clothes to fit well, literally. And having a good build will help your clothes fit well. So definitely get in the gym. You know, if you feel like a hairstyle isn't working for you, try some other hairstyles. If you can't grow your facial hair out, you know, just do the best you can with what you got, man. Do the best you can with what you got and understand that looks fade in general, men and women. So we can't put too much on it as men because we have other things that we can do. Like we can get our money up and we can get our status up and we can become interesting men that girls just want to be around because of that. Like there's plenty of guys, even I don't know if y'all remember Welvin the Great and A-Town. One of them was the guy that said, "We ain't got no bitches." Like, if you remember, like those guys when they were going viral, they're not the most handsome men, but they still had women around them because of their status and their money. So, just understand that yes, these are very, very, very superficial things, but they're gonna matter in the dating place. Even the most spiritual woman is gonna want a man that she's attracted to. That's what I'm trying to get you to. But if you're not the most attractive man, then fuck that, man. Fuck that. Don't be down on yourself. Just like I said, become the best version of yourself, man. Like I don't want none of y'all feeling. I don't want none of y'all feeling like y'all can't achieve what you want to achieve based on anything. Whew. I had to take a little pause there because I started thinking about like guys with like disabilities and disfigurations and stuff like that, and kind of hit me a little hard. But even if that's you, I want you to still become the best version of yourself, man. Don't like we shouldn't even spend all this time even focusing on women. Like I said, I like to focus on us as men because I just feel like we can improve ourselves and everything else is gonna fall into place. Like it's gonna be someone out there for you. Yeah, man, that's really it right there, man. How did they successfully in 2025, going to the end of 2024? I really hope you got some value out of it. If anything you think I missed that can help somebody, just drop it down in the comments below. As always, man, I love y'all guys. I'm out.